Alright, there we go. Now we just need to get our game set up. Where is it? Capture window. That. And then turn that back up. Alrighty, we're going to turn that down. Okay. Hey everyone, Trixie, or Yuri, here. What's my cat doing? Here testing one of my scenarios that is kind of important. I wonder if this will pick up now. It should. So far it is. Okay. So we're gonna go take again one of the scenarios I've been working on for about 2 months. Really, this last month and a half I've really put in the work for. This is probably going to be one of the longest scenarios. Probably will be the longest Trainz SimWorld scenario to date. Not even any of Dovetail scenarios are this long. So we're going to get right into this. Hang on, I gotta fix myself because it looks like I'm my camera picking shit up. Hold on. That's better. So, scenarios, things Phobian did, all these goddamn scenarios. That's gonna need to revamp a little bit for some of the AI, otherwise it'll be pretty much done. This is gonna go in beta, but I have to fix it because it's using a bunch of other pack files of stuff for testing right now, and I'd have to compile all that into one pack. This is Double Black Diamond. Run U-877, the full journey from Cumberland to Shaw Mine and back. Traffic is heavy and weather is far from ideal. You'll need all your skills to make it through this run. I should mention the Jeep 3-2 part. That I put in there assuming I was going to have one. I don't. Maybe one will slip into a service somewhere. Otherwise, pretty much everything that you see here is accurate. So, the points is going to be massive. This is guesses. I don't test with metals. For anyone who's wondering, I do not do metal setups. It's not something that is in my interest to do so. It doesn't benefit me. You know, spending an extra 500 times running a service to do that. Hopefully it's coming through clear out for everyone. Maybe I'll check my setup really quick. Okay. So, let me just wait till the audio comes in. There we go. Pray that the frame rate is decent for this shit. Do my proper setup. Oh, textures haven't even loaded in yet. Ugh. Disgusting. Oh my god, yeah, the textures, nothing is textured. Hang on. Should not be taking up this much CPU. I've done this many times before. Oh, there it goes. Oh, one last thing. Actually, I gotta stop VTubing. This has become an ongoing issue with Trainz SimWorld 2. Trainz SimWorld 2 just doesn't actually work well with anything else running. I imagine the same problem is going to come up when Trainz SimWorld 3 comes up, unless Dovetail's really optimized the code, so that, you know, you can run more than one fucking graphical program at the same time, but, now, one of the things they fixed here was when people run this service in service mode, they forget to throw this set of hand throws here, and they always wind up all the way down at the Cumberland exit signal not knowing. I've seen tons of posts on the forum about this. Nobody bothers to check their switches anymore. So what I did is I did the dumbass protection approach and set it in the timetable so that these hand throws are overridden to automatically be thrown. So that anyone that isn't f***ing paying attention, which God forbid will be any streamer that's reviewing this service on YouTube or Twitch, will actually be able to rant about stuff and not fuck up the scenario right at the beginning. Also, I have filled out Cumberland to have a shit ton of stuff from old timetables so that it really does feel, you know, like a full yard. Not that you'll see much of this until the very beginning, but... And there is K145. This train is about to ruin your day. I'm overspeeding a little bit, which I don't want. Minimal reduction. And release. I didn't give his tank car a substitution, so they're all going to be one tank car. Just be all GATX. The horn sound, it's the engine sound and horn sound are from Griggs. This horn is his. It wasn't working. He named it wrong, so I ported it back for him. And no offense to you, Griggs, but it really, I'm sure this is your source reporting. I haven't touched anything on it other than renaming it. This doesn't sound great. No offense. It sounds okay, but I don't know of any Dash 8s I've ever heard that have that horn, so... Maybe early CSX era? So I should put in perspective, this is a long service. I will scroll down this list. We have a lot of shit to do. I'm going to be streaming this for about at least 3 hours. Takes about 2 hours just to get to Shaw Mine. There is also a decent amount of traffic, all of which should be functioning now, except basically because some of the AI comes out of portals, it has to stop here and do a recruit and then go back. It has to become 2 different services. The fucking problem is sometimes when it goes from being one service to another, it just doesn't want to leave Cumberland. I think I've mostly fixed that, but again, I haven't had enough time in my life to actually even test my own scenarios. I know I sound like Dovetail saying that we've half-assed shit, but where they're like, well, we only test several servers of a service mode, but there's a lot of copy-paste ones, we don't test those, and then shit gets fucked up on release day. I do personally test my own scenarios, but only if I got time. I keep offering for people to beta test my stuff. Nobody wants to do it. Everyone in the world, again, this is me, everyone in the world at the drop of a hat will drop anything, sell their children, blow up a building to be able to test anyone's German mod. And I always have the US community bitching about why is nothing being done to help the US community. And then when you got modders that do help in US community, suddenly those people don't understand how to install a pack file. You say people that were like, can anyone help with US modding? US modders help, and then what the fuck do we get? I mean, we get support, but when it comes to scenarios, no. I've got like nobody testing these. I think it was Sebsis or someone tested just like old times once. Said it ran alright. I think I got NGC testing pilot, and that's already been pretty good. That is out for beta already. So if somebody can get their I don't want to swear. If someone in the group of people that was willing to beta test my stuff, if you could kindly get your shit together this month and beta test it once or twice, so I know that everything's been hunky dory, so I can just put it in my list of completed projects, that'd be really awesome. The other thing I really try really hard to do is make sure that every train has an EOT. for some reason, now I will say this, there is a train coming up that I fucked this up on. And I thought I tweaked it the other night, but I don't think I did. Where I accidentally fucked up his headings, so the lead unit of one of these oncoming AI trains is going to have an EOT on the front coupler. That's just a simple true or false argument I have to fix in the timetable, but I have to do that. Basically, because there's times where I've assigned an EOT, assigned it to the correct end, and TSW just fucking makes it disappear. But if I put it on the wrong end, suddenly it appears. So, there it is. So that is Q276, who is going to be using multiple auto racks for variety. So he's got the sand patch ones, which are right here. That is the Canadian Nationals. And there should be Sherman Hill one right there. Yep. We're going to dim our headlights for him. And he's got the EOT up front because I made a boo-boo. I tried to get substitution to work for this consist. It didn't work, so it's not going to happen. It's just going to be a rigid consist. Also, I want to give a big shout out to the whole community for the people who supported me. This was my first reskin ever made on August 7th, 2018. I've been modding Trainz World for just over 4 years now, and honestly, if I didn't get the support from some of the people that are out there that have really enjoyed playing with my mods and showing them off, I don't think I'd still be doing this. Got the crossing. So we're getting really screwed traffic-wise this whole time. Why the hell does the Sherman Hill one not have snow on the top of it? Someone's got to put a fucking winter map on there. Also, despite what the community says, I know Schlick is saying that, I think it's Schlick, has said that the Dash 8 doesn't have the best physics, but they're better than the 4400s. That is true. Honestly, running this thing in this scenario in the 2 hours I did, it really does feel like a heavy-ass train. I know that says go via. It should say stop. I don't give a shit. This allows you to kind of roll up to the signal as much as you want. In our case, we're going to do an initial reduction. We're going to stop short? No, just over it. Again, as long as you don't blow the red signal. I don't need... That's what I need. Dim the headlights. And now we have a decent weight, actually. So we can kind of just go watch. This is a 70-car auto rack, so it's not one of the timetable formations at all. Same with the tank train, that's a 60 car. So these are longer than the ones you get in Sand Patch Grade's timetable. Check my chat. Are you lost, baby girl? What's the super sexy boing boing big opie neko nime onichi? What is that name? Silver's here. Some of them got caved by Val. The horn sounds like the one comes with J or CW before your shade. Germans launched the war for a reason. Their train's gay. What does this require? Oh boy, Izzy, what does this not require? It requires, oh god, because of all the scenery and additional consoles I put in, you need Oakville for one of the auto racks, Horseshoe Curve, Sherman Hill, two or three other fucking pack files that I have in my DLC folder, that are my mods, maybe 2 of them. Let's see, because you got to see, I bet you need Oakville, Horseshoe Curve, Cane Creek, Sherman Hill. What other American route? I think that's it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I think that's it. Oh, because of other freight cars, Peninsula Corridor for center beams, and I think that's should be it. Yeah, so Peninsula Corridor, Sherman Hill, Oakville, Cane Creek, Horseshoe Curve. And then there's like 2 little packs I gotta send you right now because of this beta testing one. Okay. So we are literally actually gonna be like a real crew waiting. He's leaving here until the back of his train clears here. We're not moving. So we're gonna sit tight. He is gonna be moving. Also, just based on the way this service is, believe me, I've tried to get EOT here. It's not gonna work. I should redo this, but I'm happy. I'm still stupid happy I got this to show up. Oh, did I not set this to short HUD lead? I did set the step lights on, right? I did. Yeah, okay. We're probably gonna need to do... And this does have dynamic weather. The weather will change throughout this scenario, and it does get way fucking worse. Simply put, if you try to do this run HUDless, if you don't know the sand patch grade like track timetable by heart, you'll be blowing through speed limits all the fucking time. Or in an even worse case, signals. Now, because I have another save game that I don't want to get rid of, but I'm going to anyways, just so we have a save. Now, I should show there is plenty of traffic. Where's the rest of our traffic? Because the rest of our traffic is really far away. But they will meet with us. There was one at Yoder, but I think he left. There's one of our trains. I know who he is. I think that's QO16. Where's N536? There he is. He's going through Sandpatch now. He's the next train for us. 276 should be about ready to recrew. Actually, no, he's just gonna crawl right through, I think. Yeah, I see him trying to pick up speed now. And this guy also will go at some point. And he has helpers. He's a 4x2, but technically 2 of these are supposed to be offline, but they'll go online. See, there's a shit ton of stuff all around here. Not so much back here, because you're not gonna fucking be back here. But, you know, it's still enough to increase believability. So we'll just turn the wipers off for now. And I'll keep the chat open. What about the steel coil cars? We don't have them. They've been left behind in TSW1. They came with the Jeep 40-2 DLC, and as of Trainz SimWorld 2, that's no longer supported. We also can't even rip the models in order to have Muff or someone try and put them into TSW 2 or 3, because they use a bastardized, weird way. They're cooked with a version of 4.16 that has asset data from 4.17 and 4.18 of the Unreal Engine, so trying to extract the models through U-model just crashes it. It's easier to just say be a Dovetail shill. What about the steel coil cars? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. We don't have them anymore. If you want the steel coil cars, you have to play Trainz SimWorld 2020 with the Jeep 40-2 DLC. If you want those back in the game, make a suggestion on the forums. Talk to Dovetail about it. I'd love to see them back. I think it was really fucking stupid that they didn't include them. Same with the Jeep 40. They were like, well, that would take more time to rework. I can understand them abandoning NEC New York, but the G4-2, I'm sorry. I'll never forgive Dovetail for that. That's inexcusable. Would have taken them, like what? Another month or so to rework? Took no more time than it would have taken them to redo the G38-2 for Sand Patch, which they did. The G4-2, I mean, granted, it didn't have the proper sounds, but if it had been ported, Griggs' sound mod would have made it amazing. I'm gonna go do that. Yeah, make a forum post saying, like, oh, back from vacation. Hey, John. The weather is kind of gonna change a bit throughout this. It's fine now. It will not be once we're up there. This might be it trying to pick up now. Oh, there we go. We have our signal. There it is. Right on time. Brakes are off. Headlight full. Let's get moving. See, this is what I meant about the weather. Once you start seeing those couple snowflakes really start falling again, better strap the fuck in. Columbia location. So when did he clear? How long have I been ranting that did he just clear? Oh yeah, just barely, so yeah. Keep the chat open. Yeah, Real Time Maxim, just like go make a comment about it. Just like say on the forum post, hey, suggestion to Dovetail, bring back the G4-2 DLC or something for Sand Patch in some capacity. Or just have it for another DLC in the future that might involve CSX. I gotta find out where the next crossing is, because I can't see it from here. Is that a railroad crossing? Via Hitman. See, now it's picking up. And this will be a hard scenario. Again, you will need 3 hours of your life to play through this. You can use the save game function. I haven't tested it much with this to see if it'll break AI. That's why I want like 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 people doing beta tests for this. I need a lot of people, some people that have more free time in their lives than I do at the current moment, to kind of, you know, test this, you know, save the game and load it at random times. See if the AI blows up, metaphorically. That was technically our last crossing, right? Or is there one more? One more. That was our last cross. Now we can kind of observe what it's like to be in a storm. And we got our first speed upgrade. Hey. Hey, you want to sit down? We're gonna get back to the cat. Let's see just how bad the food is. Whoa, whoa. That's what happens with problems with owning a cat. It'll completely fucking destroy your computer and your house. Don't get a cat, ladies and gentlemen. At least not my cat. Alright, there we go. Oh, my finger's still fucked up. I got a band-aid though. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I know it looks like the weather's kind of gotten a little bit less bad momentarily. No, it's going to be bad visibility. This is like the visibility you see now. This will be your best visibility for like the rest of the run, if not a little bit worse even. Okay, notch us down. So we're going to be riding a yellow. And then after that, once we start getting up to speed, we're going to be riding reds all the way to Mance. That's Manila right there, right? Where the fuck is he in relation to me? Here. Waiting to see that speed limit sign. Past there, blow it. I'm sure I asked you this, but what's your thoughts on TSW3? It says the SC44, SC70AC, and SC70AC. Tier 2. There's even one in Ace in this scenario somewhere. Restricting or stop. Past there, blow it. Here's my thoughts on TSW3 overall. Unlike TSW2, after the first Q&A session, I can't really say I'm that pissed at Dovetail, honestly. If I have to be completely honest, I hope it's not Band-Aids, no, because otherwise I'm going to be shit out of luck, and this is going to hurt all fucking night. Because I don't know where the rest of the Band-Aids are in this whole household. Oh, don't tell me I burned through all of them. Fuck. they say I got cut the other day. I went to reach in my little bag that has my contact lens, which has a zipper. And the zipper actually fucking, like, cut me. It stabbed the whole part of my finger and ripped it right open. And so since last Sunday, I've been healing, and it's still not healed. And it won't be for like 2.5 more weeks. When you guys get like skin torn off in a certain weird angle, also. Let's see if I can get this to be in a proper position for healing now. That and that, which again isn't holding for shit. Problem with these band-aids, they're only good for really small wounds on like a very flat part of this body. This is on the end of a finger where this doesn't fucking work. This particular band-aid is not going to work. Yeah, I want to show more of all this, but see, there we go, there's our yellow. So got a lot of this sporing off, and I think I can talk more. I'm trying to use band-aids to like stay fucking attached. They're not the slightest. There's actually no good way to put these band-aids on that will actually heal my wound. So we're just gonna have to pray that I don't hit my wound on anything for the next 2.5 weeks, which I guarantee you. Hold on. Hurt as much. I think I can get back to actually having a decent human conversation. I'm trying to do this now. Put this shit away. Alright. Now back to whatever the fuck we were doing. I want to get rid of that goddamn bell. Yeah, we missed a lot of cool shit doing that. Actually, not too much. Kinda, actually, yeah. There's a green, but trust me, we're gonna catch up. Now we're in the 50s, so now I want to fucking gut. Because he's only... Is he even at the fucking curve yet? No. So we will catch him. So, can you give an accurate estimate on the train in feet? No, I cannot. Not in the slightest. For the record, it is 4 Dash 8s and 50 Bethgon 2s. You gotta calculate the number of feet from that as you would. Not sure why it's that important, but I don't have that calculation, no. Alright, there we go. So, my thoughts on TSW3. Unlike the TSW2, which I was super psyched for when it first was announced, I was kind of like, oh, that's kind of shitty, but like, San Patrick's getting a whole new timetable, we had fucking grain trains finally, there was going to be like hump yard service, you know, decent yard services, a whole reworked thing. You know, I was excited. Not so much for Bakerloo, and I genuinely did not give two... I thought the ICE was cool. I like the IC3 is kind of cool. But other than that, I like the Talent 2 that came with Cole Nalkin. I couldn't give 2 fucks about. I haven't even run it. And I've owned the game this whole time. There we go, going through Henry. I was excited. Then the first Q&A session happened with Colonel Failure, or Sam and Matt. And Sam was just basically trying to say, well, we can't bullshit them. Like, you can't say, well, we'd like to do this. It's going to be straight yes or no answers. And the biggest kick in the teeth that everybody in the whole fucking stream, it was irritating as shit. That fucking pissed off pretty much every single one of us modders. And it took a long time to not have us be pissed at Dovetail. Said, there is no more no, the editor will never be coming. The editor that previously Pedalson like
2 fucking years prior and said, here's a stream on how to use the editor so that those of you, when we do release it publicly, those of you can kind of have some idea of how to practice with Unreal 4, so when the editor does come, you'll have a better chance of being able to use it. And then 2 fucking years later being like, yeah, no, there is no editor coming. We have no plans. I lost it, and I lost a lot of support. You know, I almost like gave up on TSW. But the reason I didn't was because I was like, even if I hate this fucking game, I want people to still be able to use my shit. So I'm buying TS32 so I can port my shit so the rest of the community can still use my mod instead of being wiped out. TSW, but the thing that other pissed everyone else was off was like, we have the new livery designer and there's this whole scenario planner thing, and then they're like, yeah, and all of your current DLC, including the Class 20 that came out just a month prior, none of that will work with the scenario planner or livery editor. And the entire community, even shills, even the brainlets that have no idea of how buying things works at all, even the youngest generation of people that would normally eat up anything, these are the kind of people that buy digital train model stuff that think it's the best TS content ever, even they were like, Dovetail, what the fuck? Like, literally everyone was pissed about that. It wasn't until like a month or so before TSW came out that it was kind of like, they created the preservation team for Preserve Collection that was going to make sure a lot of this shit, the planner stuff and the liberator stuff, was going to be on DLC you already spent a fuck ton of money on over the years supporting Dovetail for. And it took a long time for them to really fix that shit, but it did come around, although some rounds still don't have livery editor support. You know, Oakville, well, I mean Peninsula Corridor and Oakville, I think, are the last 2, really. The rest of them usually still have, well, Class 45 doesn't have it, not NTP either. Oh, no, that has another little update coming. With TSW3, right out of the fucking gate, they made a huge-ass FAQ. And one of the things it said was, every single thing, excluding NEC New York and the G4-2 and the SW1000R and cab car, which we already fucking knew about, every single thing you've already invested in TSW1 and 2, that shit will work in Trainz SimWorld 3 with the planner and livery designer just as you fucking want it to. And they'll all support the dynamic weather. The only thing is that all the routes from TSW2 and 1 will not get the new custom lighting, the new rebaked lighting, because you'd have to rebake the lighting on an entire fucking whole bunch of routes. It would take months, years to get that shit done. So I don't blame them for that. But pretty much, besides that lighting shit, which I don't really give 2 fucks about, all the other shit works out of the box as it fucking should on release day with every route. And I was wondering how they're going to do the Corsia, but they just said it the other day. Sandpatch, Bakerloo, and wherever the fuck it means in German, Kolnaken, are all going to be available on release day. The Dovetail took shit that I think they really did learn from their mistakes with TSW2 of how the last couple big announcements they'd done, they fucked up. Like the big reveal, which was like, we all thought that was some cutting edge shit, and there was like, Trainz SimWorld's coming to consoles, and we're like, I'm sorry, what? What? Why? That's the fucking big reveal in 2018? Like, it was like, alright, great, cool, whoop-de fucking do. Look at the chat. Dovetail's like EA. They tell white lies 24/7. Not really. No. Try to do a defect detector call out. Yeah, I'm not sure. What is it? No. Dovetail has been dishonest about things, especially on TS stuff in the past. But I'll admit, Colonel Failure really did, when he was on streams, is a very no bullshit person. Sometimes in a way I thought was too abrasive in the beginning, but I come to have enjoyed the way he does it. It was really like making sure Dovetail was going to be more fucking transparent. And Sam did that. He went from being community manager, now he's kind of more of, don't remember what he does now internally for Dovetail, but he still works for them. But he designed, helped. He really helped change the narrative around a bit. Dovetail does not tell white lies 24/7. I think that they've really realized, especially even with the new community people like JD, Natalie, who is this new guy? Alex. These guys have all really tried. When we ask them questions, I don't know about that, but I could certainly find out. They really want to help us get the information we need as a community, and it's great. And also, the reveal build-up for TSW3, well, I think sometimes a little over top. The 24-hour ARG that fucking Dovetail did, where first of all, we all thought, oh, they're going to go out on a flight. They're cryptic Twitter things that made it sound like they were going to go fly out to somewhere to record shit and broadcast from there. And then it became, turns out it was actually part of the training center route, but it was a 24-hour live stream with a bunch of crazy-ass shit happening, sparks flying, billboards from weird shit, the billboard of JD saying, I will find you and I will leak you, rails, snow, winter, all these crazy, weather things, hearing different trains fly by but not being able to see them except a tiny bit coming out of the tunnel and fading away, hearing that shit all throughout, having weird effects happen throughout the whole thing, having a plane fly by with a shit ton of different emojis that were helping to translate parts of what these other routes were that were coming. That was fucking amazing. See, now we're riding Reds. Shit like that. That 24-hour ARG, I haven't had an ARG that fucking cool since Black Mesa's ARG for their Steam release back in 2015. Which was mind-blowing. It is crazy. And they hyped up, and then right after that, we get a little thing that's oh, what happened? The timer out, and then we get a weird little trailer, and then it's oh, hey, here's the announcement for Train Sim World 3, and here's the shit we're getting in it. And I thought it looked cool, and they dropped things 186 kilometers, 85 miles, 95 miles, and we're well, what routes are each of these? And when the stock images kind of gave away, I knew 85 miles, it said the image was a stock image from California. I'm all right, so it's a Cali route. Turns out it was Cajon Pass. With ES44C4s, which I wasn't expecting, and the fucking Maxi Stack 4s, I expect them to just use those fucking CSX 56-foot well cars all over again. Dovetail really, overall, has tried to do shit with Train Sim World 3 they haven't done before. First of all, the UI has been redone. The training center, which is, by the way, guys, not technically a new route. You guys have had it in TS since 2013. It's called Test Track. But this is a revamp of it, which has a lot more cooler shit on it. And honestly, the training center that makes it so you can fucking test shit where you want, when you want on the route with any train, and have tutorials that actually give you in-depth on how to fucking do the proper shit instead of the basic-ass tutorials we get now. That's a win-win. There's a lot of just overall... Oh, there's the Capiz. The cheese system. There's a crossing coming out. Wait, if he's here, did he just clear that signal? Yeah, not long ago, and that's, where's his next signal? Oh yeah, I'm gonna be chasing him for Reds. Where is our thing for speed? Initial reduction. We get route edited Fremont, Nebraska will be immediately. I have no idea what that means. You are attempting to convey something to me, but unfortunately the sentence is lost on me. I'll read out some of the chat in a minute. I just need to get us down to the right speed. Yeah, see, like, we're not building amps super fast right now. It takes a second. 2.1 miles, we got a red signal. Come on, climb, damn it. Climb, motherfucker. There. Too cold out for that. Let me read through this. The call C6 equipment defect detector milepost 178.8 no defects, Pete no defects, total axles 50, length of train 100, tech drop. We got more than 50 axles, fam. I don't believe a word they say, as when Matt said we will get route editor and live stream and never got it. I know that. Nothing TSR3 knew anyone asked for. I'm gonna fucking debate that. Cajone's kind of a fan favorite. We're getting a new Jevo that's actually decent. We're getting fucking well cars. I've been asking for that shit for years. So I'm gonna argue that. We've been having the same fucking well cars since literally 2017. Do you know how prominent the 56-foot well car is in America? Because I work with the thing in real life all the time. I've seen a handful of them. Maybe like 20 in my whole time that I've been working at this job, compared to the literal thousands of 53-foot well cars that I've seen. 56 foots were used in the early 90s for the 28-foot container boom, which after the 90s everyone said fuck it and went with 20-foot and 40-foot international containers. So there was no reason for them to exist. For some reason, Dovetail thought that was the key. I mean, it's a cool well car, don't get me wrong. But, having Horseshoe Curve have it, having Sherman Hill do it, no one's going to use a fucking 56-foot well car. You're not going to see trains of 100 cars of those. Having maxi stack 4s actually means we have a freight car that actually does shit. Same with the bulkhead flat car, and mind you, I can't even criticize other games for this, because Run 8 took fucking literal years to get a flat car. Same. To say that I trust everything Dovetail says, no, I take skepticism. But the thing is, they have really, if you pay attention, in the last year or so, they've really tried to make sure that when they're saying shit, it's meant to be fucking accurate now. Because they've gotten the serious backlash before, and it's way too much of a risk for them now. So it's one of those things for when they try to give you an answer, they want that answer to be correct, instead of some fucking lie. A lot of the people who work at Dovetail are not malicious people. They are people that have fucking kids and families and partners and shit, need to keep food on the table, and they actually are passionate about this stuff. Some of them aren't so much into trains as they are just into game development. There's decent people at Dovetail. Is that to say that there's some people that probably aren't great, that are more on the money grubbing side of stuff? Sure, there fucking are. But to say that a lot of the people that make the core tech for this fucking game are the terrible people, they gotta have higher ups leaning over their fucking shoulders. Sometimes you can't fucking fight the system because it means losing your job. And if you have, a family, sometimes you gotta decide, am I gonna suck up and make this game fucking shittier overall? Or, and be able to make it so that, my family can still continue to live in this house and I can put my kids through education? Or am I going to fight this and fuck over my whole family? And as much as I wish that wasn't a decision, it is. Not as bad as it would be in America, but it's still a thing. Trainz took U.S. locomotives are still missing so much info that's never used or talked about in game info that players as an engine needs to have and know. Trainz took very little time to do that. Trainz, if you're saying that Trainz is a decent, actual, realistic simulation, this is not a discussion that we could have because there's no proof that that's ever been a thing. Trainz was literally started as a model railroad simulator. You know the first title of Trainz 1.0? Said it right on the box. Virtual railroading on your PC. It was never meant to be a high-end professional train simulator in the way that TSW or Run 8 or even King MSTS was. Trainz was never that. Some people keep claiming that it is just because jointed rail and railroad mod stuff has proper engine scripts. Doesn't fucking matter. To say that there's stuff that is used... Yes, I'll admit, there is certain shit that Dovetail does fuck up on. Like the F7 and the regular, the regular SD40 from Clinchfield. Bunch of shit on there that doesn't work. The selector lever for how to set up stuff for dynamic brakes, that doesn't fucking work properly. Apparently, manual transitions don't work on the F7, even though it's specifically designed for that shit to work. According to Schlick, they don't. But according to the fucking files, I've looked in the files and I'm pretty sure that actually works. It's just that it doesn't work well. You know, shit like that is completely inaccurate. But like the Dash 8 actually feels like... I'm driving this thing right now. This actually feels like how a Dash 8 would actually fucking feel. If I slam this thing to Notch 8, those amps are not going to suddenly go from the green all the fucking way down to here within like 5 seconds. It's going to take a long time to climb there and it might only get to like here. You know, unless I'm burning out the traction motors and having a whole traction motor stall, I'm not going to go in the red zone. It's not like the original TSW1 where you could notch up and have the amps go to 15 fucking 100 right away. This feels decent. To say like wheel slip protection, that's all fucked up. There's shit that Dovetail has done right, but like the SD70 Ace actually feels like a solid fucking unit because they redid the air brakes. Is there shit that's wrong? Like yes, like I'll give you an example right now. If you want to think that I'm like being a shill for this has 4 functions. Start, isolate, and run. And a 4th option that goes off to the right, which isn't fucking working. Jog. Do you know what jog is for? You know the spotter buttons you see on the Jeep 38-2 and Jeep 48-2, or in Jeep 38-2 and SD4-2 and Sand Patch, the little spotter buttons where you use the locomotive's battery to roll it into the shop? That's a thing on the Dash 8. You'd plug some shit into a jumper cable, I think this one down here is some shit, and enable a spotter. There's a spotter control here. Doesn't do shit. Never has. There's a fucking power reduction control, which is the Notch 7 throttle limit, which comes on all GEs. And I got a fucking GE-8 manual in my drawer right now. I can pull out and read this off to you. Power limit switch. That doesn't work on here. There's fucking spotter circuit. Doesn't work. This thing right here didn't have a texture until NGC put one here. The foot pedal on the AC4400 in TSW1, you used to hit control space and it'd be the horn sequencer. That fucking broke in TSW2 and still hasn't been fixed. Maybe we'll be in 3, I don't know. You know, there's shit that's fucked up, but, you know, like, here's the thing. US players always get the shaft, but there are things that they have done right. Like, if I have to say this right now, to go off on a rant, the ASUS 64 that we got with Boston Sprinter is like fucking pinpoint accurate to the real thing. The sounds are directly recorded from one, not like the synthesized shit we got from the original TSW1 release. Okay, the weather looks better. It will get much worse, though. It's just, we're at a lull right now. God, this grade is a fucking nightmare. Let me look at this. MU cutoff doesn't work. Either upper right-hand side and helper call switch. Yet, fucking does. They call it, their game a simulator, which isn't. Alright, if you want to get absolutely fucking technical, There's not a single thing in this world that's technically a simulator unless you're like at a licensed company. Like fucking Boeing, Delta Airlines, or the fucking Wabtec themselves. Technically nothing that anyone's ever put out for the general public is actually a simulator to a full 100%, because you're not in a simulated cab with all of the immediate millions of different situations you can create. There is none of that for the general public, and there never fucking will be unless someone can figure out how to make the funds for a $86,000 simulator or $1 million simulator be something that the average person could buy and park outside their house. Honestly, Train Simulator does feel like a sim in some ways. Why do you fucking think I still work for this thing? You think I'm making these scenarios just so people can feel like they're running a fucking model railroad? I'm doing this shit so people feel like they're actually running a fucking train the way you would in the real world. I put the effort into these scenarios because I want people to feel like they're actually driving a fucking train like they would in the real goddamn world. Are you doing radio call? Are you checking with dispatch? Are you reading through your actual timetable? Are you writing down all the shit on the paperwork that you would do to calculate your train size and stuff? No! But we don't have that fucking technology. If you want to do that, make a spreadsheet. We don't have that stuff. The core thing I am here to do is simulate driving a train. All the extraneous shit, hey, would I love it? In some cases, absolutely. But I only got so much time in my life. So the main part is if I can at least focus on making the driving of the train itself feel realistic and like a simulator, that's the goal. In a way, Train Simulator is a simulator. Is it a little arcadey? Yes. Are some of the physics fucked up? Yes, but there is things that are on point. There are certain engines that are in this game that have the exact data they need. Run 8 technically isn't 100% a simulator. It's got some weird voodoo magic. Like if I hit the rear headlight key and I set up the MU shit, the MU headlight communication shit teleports over the air to the DPUs, which it doesn't do in real life. Run 8's got fucked up shit too. I still consider it a simulator. Does this have the same improper physics necessarily as Run 8 with coupler slack and everything? No. But Simugraph has come a long way. If you try to play any of the Sam Patch grade engines now versus playing them in TSW1, and I'm talking TSW1 version 1.0 that came out in March 2017, it is night and day. Is it still 100% accurate? No. But like Trainz simulator, why the fact that you're bitching that the Dovetail calls this thing a simulator, why is that an issue for you, but it is not an issue that Orin and N3V have been pulling shit out of their asses for God knows how long, calling Trainz a simulator when it couldn't be farther from the fucking truth. Kill the wipers. I will for now. Apparently the K5LA was recorded from a guy who owns one apparently. Yes, it was. Flight Simulator is a true simulator. I didn't know this was a spotter circuit. Yeah. The spotter circuit, it kind of did. I just wish the graphics were actually good, maxed out, and I could still count the pixels on the rocks. I mean, people have put out INI tweaks recently. I don't even fucking use them. Some people are like, why does your game still look shit, Yuri? We have all these great INI tweaks that make the game look so much better. Because I don't want them as great as they look. Like, I'm a modder. If I'm making reskins, I want to see, and I fucking put my thing in the game, I want to know that what I'm editing on the texture map is what it's going to look like in game for the average person, instead of it looking all fucking weird because I have an INI thing. Okay, we need to do a hill start. Not going to roll back, are we? There we go. I don't know why it's so fucking bright. It's only 8:40 in the morning. It will get darker though. There we go. See, now we're gonna redline it a bit, but it's crawling back because we're an empty train. Trainz is community driven. Exactly, it is. Always has been. Flight Simulator is a true simulator. To an extent, again, it does feel like it is. Here's the thing, if you wanted a real true train simulator, it would have been Microsoft Train Simulator 2. That never came out. So we have to choose what's the next best thing. I own Run-A. I own TSW, I own TS, I own Trainz, I own fucking MSTS. OpenRails seems to have some decent simulation shit now, with different forks of the community views to the open source shit, proper DPU management now, kind of. A bunch of other unique shit. I guess they just put an update that makes proper EOTs now that aren't just like freight cars seeing it, but like actually act like EOTs. Okay, you also said something about this shutdown shit. You couldn't be wrong. You couldn't be more. The call button, yeah, that doesn't do shit. There's no reason for that to be working right now because we don't have a fucking thing to call the DPUs or the helpers. The shutdown, though, that absolutely does work. I've done it before, and it became an absolute... I did it once just to test it, couldn't get any of these motherfuckers started again. Again, that was pre-patch. Before this got a patch, this was pretty fucked. In some ways. The other thing, if I remember correctly, this should be supported now. Not clicking the phone. Clicking the phone is supposed to do the fucking thing, but maybe they didn't set it up right. I thought the Prez team made it so that if you click the phone, it gives you the tab key. Or is it this one? No? Okay. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know why the fuck it's so bright. It was not like this last time I ran it. Last time I did this, I was in a blizzard for most of it. I don't know why the hell it's not becoming a blizzard again. Again, this might be a thing that kind of randomizes itself. It is set to go from snow to snowy storm. That is the weather preset. Also, we did have the train we passed earlier. Wherever the fuck he is N536. Wherever the fuck he is down there. Did 276 leave? Yes, he did. Good. He actually did leave like he's supposed to. Alright, fantastic. Okay, it does work. I stopped playing way back and I didn't know they got it working as it didn't have it launch the shutdown. Yeah, no, it did something weird in the beginning because the thing you're also thinking of is the banking comm wasn't clickable. Like this, you couldn't activate the banking comm, so you couldn't use this on manifest services to call the helpers. Oh, here's our other unique train, right at the proper meeting location, exactly where it was the last time I did this. Who's on the point today? 291. And 2SD4-2s, and yeah, I added some domestics. Or no, internationals, excuse me. Oh yeah, there's those fucked up liveries. I gotta unload the livery editor shit, because apparently Creators Club stuff is completely fucking broken. So it's gonna show an invisible well car in a second, if I remember correctly. And I added some trailers. There's my stacks containers and my UMAX containers. I have to put out a little patch to make it so that you both work properly with the proper number thing. Okay, so none of the things are disappearing anymore. So I also made a thing that makes it so the well car numbers are no longer completely fucked up and use the proper prototypical numbering. Oh yeah, I put some F keys in too. Make it a little varied, like a real intermodal. Because I work with stuff like this, so. And I put in a single trailer for you guys. We'll actually showcase these stacks containers, UMAX. I fixed it so the white text on UMAX, because it was yellow originally. Wrong number on the stacks. I'm working on trying to make it so these all have prototypical numbers, but I need Fubian's help. Dovetail fixes so you can use the 70 Ace on Sandpatch or HSC. No. to be fair, that was something that was implemented originally on release, and then some patch removed it. And it was in a change log, but every time I go look through older change logs now, I can't find proof of it, but I know it was there. The reason they removed it was partly because of community feedback, because in reality, you're not going to see that much UP power run down here. Present day. It's just not. There isn't like a lot of UP-specific trains that come down sand patch. So it's not an apparent thing. Like, if this had been the CSX Mohawk sub, yeah, you'd see UP power. You would have had, before the salad shooter was killed off, you would have had that. And the Union Pacific grain train that comes from the Midwest that goes to the grain plant, the Cargill plant in Ayer, Mass, also would have UP power. But on Sandpatch, it's primarily just CSX stuff. So having aces and, you know, shit like that subbing in to the frequencies they were was just not a thing. Was it cool to have? Yes, but seeing every other train have an ace on it, you know, technically wasn't correct. Have it subbing in on HSC, that's never been a thing. There's never, Cumberland Yard is sad now, there's no hump, only a push yard. Yeah. I have nothing for fluent couplers. I live PA and CP and UP every day. It comes from Chicago to NYC. Yep. My friend who owns TSW1. Yeah, it's good. You own Trainz 2022. Oh man, they got you roped into that bullshit Ponzi scheme. I'll say this right now. I'm not going to be on a rant on it, but to anyone that's supporting it, fuck Trainz 2022. Seriously. Fuck it and fuck any ideology behind it. It is the dumbest fucking train sim product, and this includes Roads Online, to be fucking released to date. It is Trainz Road Simulator 2019 Service Pack 5. That's what fucking TRS 2022 is. And then you have to pay some bullshit subscription service to use the new Surveyor that they've been hyping up for 3 goddamn years. I'm not paying a subscription service. I already pay for other subscription services. When you make Trainz into a live service, the game is fucking dead. You would think N3V would have gotten their heads out of their asses about this shit. And there's still people on the community side of the shit that support them on this, that would argue with me on this, saying it's a good thing. Fuck off, it's not. You want to look at how well games as a live service are doing? Go take a look at Sony and Square Enix and fucking Ubisoft right now. There are games that have been spent millions on that are dead on arrival. No one's fucking playing them. That's what's gonna happen to Trainz. We already have the fucking DLC apocalypse of shit that uses the Steam DLC and the fucking official DLC. If you want to edit stuff from Joiner, you gotta buy it from their site. If you buy it off the N3V store, you're fucked. You can't edit it. It gets rid of the community support idea. Trainz back in the day, like Trainz 2009, 2006, 2004, and even Ultimate Collection, that was where it was at for community content. Nowadays, there's great community content, but only for people that don't have their heads up their asses. Same thing with Train Sim Classic. There's a lot of great shit out there that's third-party stuff, but you got a lot of people out there that don't have either aren't smart or just are not well informed enough. They'll only ever buy stuff from Steam. So if it's not on Steam, it doesn't fucking exist. It's one of the reasons why Searchlight had to put their shit out there. They weren't going to make as much sales because there was a whole audience that had no fucking idea that they existed. I support TRS 2022. Yeah, for me to say I hate you, I hate you. I'm just disappointed. It's not a good ideology that N3V has done, and I'm done. Like, if anyone thinks that I'm going to be paying for fucking 2022, is dead wrong. 19 is as far as I go. Fuck that. I don't care if it eventually gets to the point where I can never make content for the game again. 19 is the last game for me for Trainz. And 3V had their chance and they fucked it up. I want DV40X in TSR3. I guess now I've been asking since TSR1. Yeah, you can. You just make a copy it. No. None of that shit. I'm done making copies. I'm done making backups. I'm done making all of that. 19's as far as I go. I'm not doing 2022. Also, the lighting system they use, I don't want to criticize. I know some of these were made by community people. That weird Denver, whatever route it is, the mountain textures, like, people think that there's shitty graphics in fucking TSW. Look at the PBR mountain textures on Trainz 2019 DLC and Trainz 2022 base US route from Denver, wherever the fuck. Muddiest shit ever. The mega textures in Rage, id Software game from 2011, is like miles above that. You know, it's kind of fucking unreal. And I get some of these were, you know, community people, but no offense to some of you people, but it's, you know, like the lighting in 19, unless you do perfect weather stuff, is like so unbelievably washed out that, like, I sometimes look at this and I'm like, this is the lighting people thought was great? Like, even the lighting when it in Trainz A New Era by default was pretty terrible. Not saying Trainz has ever really had great lighting, but I feel like it's a little bit more natural in like 2004, 2006 Dream and Ultimate Collection. All the headlight flares were terrible. See, the weather's jumping all around. It's supposed to get worse. I don't know why it's not. The last time I did this test, I was in a fucking blizzard the whole way from Cumberland up here. Now it's this bright and sunny shit, which I don't like. It's called Double Black Diamond for a reason. I couldn't get it to run. West from Denver, that sucked. I couldn't get it to run. Yeah. Let me look through this really quick. Do you remember? I only want UPTD 40X TSW3. I guess now, as I've been asking, it's TSW1. Yeah, I mean, you could do it, but Dovetail would need to work on it. The problem is the only DD40 we've had for a Dovetail game came from a fucking terrible developer called Digital Train Model, which, if those of you who don't know about this guy, listen to me very fucking closely. I don't care how young you are. I don't care what anyone else tells you. For the love of fuck, do not buy from DTM. You want to talk about a scumbag of a developer? Him. You want to see how much of a scumbag he is? Go watch Schnauzer Power's latest video. You'll see what really got fucked up. But he made a DD40, which actually has a decent set of audio sounds as recorded by Anthony Wood of Searchlight Simulations. He has a decent audio set as far as I remember correctly. The DD40 looks nice. It is what it is, you know, for the time. But, I mean, unless you make a properly dated route, yeah, you're not going to take it out as a TSW DLC. You'd have to have a Sherman Hill properly dated. That's what present-day Sherman Hill we have now. You're not going to see a DD40 on it. As cool as it would be. It's a great engine. It's a cool, rare-ass thing. I'd love to see a G-Tel in here. Or even a fucking veranda turbine. Would love to see that. Or, you know, a game that can actually make a decent Aerotrain. Again, DTM's Aerotrain is, oh my god, it's so shitty. I thought the Aerotrain that came for Trainz with a Z, that was DLC, was fucking terrible. Oh. Oh, now we're getting weather again. Now we're hitting the blizzard again. Good.
It was dark the last time I ran this stuff. Look through the chat again. New messages. Oh, okay. Play Trainz 2019. Love third-party local bands like Armods and JR are all right. Yeah, I've got some of their stuff. Big Booms in Fremont again. I don't live in Nebraska, so I got no idea. Don't know anything about it. The only thing I know about Nebraska is that Lincoln Yard is there, which we were almost going to get at one point in Run 8 Train Simulator back in 2014. Those of you who got Run 8 after 2014, you would never have known about it. Lincoln Yard was part was being done by a set of people, and then Run 8 in a way killed off the project in a weird way. As far as I remember correctly, it never came out. Also, for those of you who follow my modding videos about signals, that little sign right there, the tiny little sign, signal, I think it's 2130-3, I want to say. You can't see it, but it is there on the map. Right about, I want to say, right where that little dot is supposed to be, a little bit right after it, is technically a signal to prevent trains from, getting in and out of there. If you had to say you want a train to actually leave that hand throw, but you want another train to pass it, you could hold it with that invisible signal. In fact, there are signals every single siding. This will be a merge break. For those of you who've run towards buffers in Sandpatch, it'll still say up here that there's a red signal. That's because there is. There's an invisible signal inside every set of bumper. At the end of every stub track in Sandpatch Grade is an invisible signal. And if I had the console command to reveal it, you would literally see about 20 red signals surrounding the turntable at Cumberland. Also, Sandpatch, I have to say, is probably the most accurate route to date by Dovetail. I've driven this whole route, and I've written down pretty much every single signal except for the ones that are actually currently inside the yard, because I don't have a yard diagram. But for all the mainline signals in trackage, Dovetail got Sandpatch on fucking point. It is actually really accurate as a route. To like an amazing degree. Okay, we actually have a decent equilibrium here. I needed to chat up. The name of the yard in Lincoln, Hobson Yard. Thank you. Run 8 Hobson Yard got leaked. No, it never got leaked. I'm part of the Run 8 community that's been informing people for years. We never got it. It was killed off when Run 8 version 1 was still a thing. It's never come out since then. If you can show me proof that it actually got leaked, I'll believe you. But as far as I know, that's not how it is. There's 7 people watching. Holy shit. Always just get my bears use list squares to high, short, NW, and NS. Trainer makes some decent stuff. I'll give him that. There's some cool stuff. I have the Guilford stuff from them. I'm a Guilford person. I got their BN booster units the other day. I am, this might sound weird, like this is the things that I fangirl over. Yeah, I am a girl, if people couldn't tell by the voice. The Dash 7B units that were back around kind of in the 90s, the B30-7ABs are probably like the coolest fucking B units I've ever seen. So when they had C30s and a booster pack the other day for joining like 2 months ago, I picked those up because I love those things.
those plus control point simulations of LMX B39-8s can make proper like 90s BN cuts, which I like. Alright, what's our current score? They ain't fucking telling me. Low via location. So yeah, it's not showing a score anymore. I don't even know what my score is supposed to be. Is it not giving a... It's actually not telling me what the fuck my score is. I have no idea what my score is. Whoa, that's a weird glitch. Hang on, let me go look at my HUD really quick, because I think I just fucked something up. Something really quick. I saw some weird keybind in here that wasn't supposed to be enabled yet. Exhaust injector. It's like a steam locomotive thing that wasn't supposed to be put in yet. Live injector, which I don't think even works yet. Rear damper, yeah, we had that. Maybe it was the injector. Shovel coal, yeah, which we don't fucking have yet. Don't even know if it even works yet. Okay, so now we're starting to get back into the storm a bit. This guy is blocking us. Once we get to, oh fuck, we're in Manila. Once he clears here, then we're home free. We're going to be riding reds the rest of the way until then. Go through the chat. Yeah, I thought I couldn't believe the rumors. The rumors are false. Yeah, if we heard, it sounds like gunfire in my home. Stay safe, man. The SCL Rail fan, hello, welcome aboard. I feel like I've seen his videos before. SCL Rail fan. I'm gonna flip your channel really quick. I swear I've got something for you on my favorites list. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, let me notch the hell down so I don't blow up the fucking traction numbers. Yeah, make some dinner. Whoa, 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 what the fuck? Something happened to us family-wise. Family stuff, it's not going great. It's not good. Let me look at something really quick. SEO Relevant. Why do I recognize your channel? Maybe it's someone I already know. Okay, SEO. Where else? I thought I just watched one of your videos the other day. Oh, I have! To do TSW stuff and IRL stuff. I'll turn the wipers off for now. Wait till the snow builds up. Yeah, he is. Yeah. Am I coming up on that red signal though? Coming up on what I consider to be part of the heavy haul beta. Anyone still has the TSW beta, like the files, and I mean like the original TSW beta, send me a message. Like, join my Discord and send me a message. I need those files. I lost mine. The hard drive crashed. I'm trying to reacquire them. Like, I want the beta files back. There's still some experimentation I need to do with it. If you ever want to know exactly where the beta's trackage actually starts, right there. Where those signals are, it's called FreeSync. Track about, I don't know, 200 feet. Those signals basically don't have any track attached to them in the beta. And then about, like, I don't know, 500 feet around that corner is where the track begins. That is FreeSync. Those have ID plates now. If you were in the beta, those would just have a little number plate that said the letters ID. Well, that weird reflection thing, the water drops, it makes the signal show up in kind of weird glassy ways. It's actually cool. I like that. Oh shit. Oh shit. I just realized. Fuck. The game has been saved. I need to... Oh shit. I actually need to set up a certain thing right now. I can fix this red scene with a console command for development. I just need to do it this second or we're fucked. Oh god, how did I not realize that? Okay, hold on. Now we need M. Where is this asshole in relation to us? Oh, he's hours away. Hold on. What I need is a thing that disables SPAD. I remember how to do this. Because I'm not going to do hours of this again. Like, if I have to restart the scenario, this stream will end and will not resume for another week. So I have to do this. Not what I wanted to do, but I'm also tired. Fuck, where is it? Sampatch grade core data. There's a little console command I need to use. Sampatch grade. Content. Rail network. Signals. Aspects. Where's the one that says BSPAD? Stop. Stop C. Okay. So what I need is... Okay. Okay, I think it was set. BSPAD false. Okay. So what we need is... Okay. BSPAD false. Need to make sure that's accurate.
Good, that's it. Now we won't fail. I dumped it, didn't I? Let's let it recharge. Right, now we can recover. What I've done is literally set it, bSPAD is the value that is set applied to any signal in the code or a certain aspect. If the bSPAD flag is set, it means whenever you pass that aspect, it'll do the signal past the danger shit. If I set that to false using this code, blowing through a red signal does nothing anymore. Now, for the purposes of this route, we are going to reset that. Now it's reset. So we only blew that red signal for the purposes of, and we are actually going to have to come to a stop because I want to do this accurately, and he is not yet clear of that signal. So we're going to come to a halt. And just hold. Sorry about that, guys. Cool. Oh, really? Not too much wrong for finding the sensitive train horns. You know that switch right after the bridge and Crossing Gate Road after Hinman heading up to the grade? The switch in real life has no frog crossover section. It says it was removed and back to it. The switch right after the bridge and Crossing Gate Road after Hinman heading up the grade. That tiny little switch that's a stub track? Flanking number 2 is literally impossible when you turn off HUD, not knowing where to go or where to stop. Signal speed changes. Speed changes needs work. Depends on the route. The speed limit, if you're thinking the German routes, yeah, there's some weird shit going on. But most of these routes they have the working timetables. Like, you could do sand patch HUDless. Again, you do this stuff in real life HUDless. It's all about route memorization. In Train Sim World, you're not driving the same same subdivision every single day for like 20 years. You're doing it for a day or two. So you don't have the proper route knowledge. That's one of the reasons why PZB is such an absolutely horrific nightmare in Train Sim World versus to German engineers will tell you it's the easiest thing ever, but that's because they've been running those routes for like 5-10 years. Like Sand Patch, all the speed limits are in the exactly correct spots, if I remember correctly. I think the only thing that's fucky, and this isn't even really a fault of the route, I think it's just a weird quirk that TSW has, is that the speed limit, max freight speed limit is 50 miles an hour. But if you ever drive a train all the way on top of a portal in Train Sim World, the speed limit changes to 60 on the portal tracks themselves. I'm not sure why. I can only assume it's some like weird default speed limit thing. Yeah, almost every siding track on Sandbatch has no frogs on their switches to cut maintenance costs. In real life? What the fuck? That sounds so completely fucked up. How does that elite? How is that not a major FRA violation? Should be coming up on Mance soon in 0.8 miles. Is there any other AI? He's going through Sandpatch now.
Did our other manifest leave? Not yet. Oh, hey, the other AI is actually leaving. Is that 536? Yes, it is. Good. Getting worried, and that's the other intermodal we passed. Hopefully he gets out. And there should be a little stop train along here. So we're gonna go up to Mance and rail fan at the historic postal shoe. The Mance Post Office, built here in 1892. I seem to remember when Trainz World 2 was still getting promotional images, there was a picture of a train going around this curve, and Dovetail had made a mistake and actually released like an in-progress screenshot where these have been replaced with automatic crossing gates, which is not accurate at all, and people were like, how did they break the route? Manila. Did he clear the fuck out yet? Actually, yeah, I should have a relatively... Your train appears to be off path. It's not, though. I know for a fact it's fucking not. It's because I did the blow through red signal thing, but I set that to be false. If I have to redo the whole scenario, it's going to take us, you know, then the stream will end 100%. I only have so much time in my life. I get one day off a week, which is tomorrow. I am not going to, you know, I'd have to stream it tomorrow, and I got other shit to do. So, you know. Either I get it right in a 4-hour stream, or we just, you know, nothing happens. Alright, we can only pray that this gives me a fucking signal, now that I'm, like, at it. You better do it. If it says it's off path, you know, then we got big fucking problems. Objective complete. Why the fuck do I not have a signal? Your train appears to be... It's not off path! It is... could not be more on the fucking path if I tried. Oh, God. If we can't make it past the signal, then yeah, we are completely fucked. I will say that. Get on my own fucking scenario. I'm like in a good mood tonight too. I don't want to have this get fucked up this early. listen here, asshole. Will give me a fucking signal if it kills me. It fucking will. I gotta go look through my downloads now and find a fucking XSLS file. I am very fearful that I have completely just destroyed any chance of this scenario ever being released. I know that sounds like really final, but this is probably the worst possible situation right now. There isn't really a recovery from this. So, this is one of the reasons why I almost considered giving up streaming for good. With shit like this. See, if you want me to bitch, if you guys really want me to bitch about something with TSW, this fucking off-path shit is the dumbest fucking thing ever. The dispatcher is actually the most retarded. Okay, if I have one thing to say, and this is going to be a problem in TSW 3 and will always be a problem just because Unreal 4 is not designed for this shit, and anyone that I'm sick and tired of this thing of people saying that Unreal 4 is flexible and can be made for every single game in the fucking world, because it fucking can. It was designed as a deathmatch first-person shooter engine. It can barely do anything else. Or you think you don't see any fucking racing games on this engine? I need to find Manila. Manila fucking... What the fuck are we, westbound? 290-1. Alright, let's fucking do this. Do we have a signal now? That is our signal, right? Let me look at the path. Because I think we did just give ourselves what we need. Yep, we did. Okay, so we have to cheat a little, but we do have the path that we need. Good. Alright, so maybe we can have this recover. It's just that basically, so basically this will, we can still finish the scenario, it's that I have to manually set the signals for the whole rest of the run. Because Train Sim World is a fucking shoe. But the dispatcher, like this, when it thinks you're off path, usually it's because somebody is really fucking bad at following instructions. But a few times where you follow instructions to a T and it still says off path, like it did here, where I saved us from spatting, and somehow the dispatcher just also failed. Apparently, so I'm guessing if the dispatcher passes a signal that has a stop aspect, even if B spat is set to fucking false, it just shuts off. Like, this is one of those, like, you can't make this shit up moments. Oh, let's burn notches up. Oh my god. If you ever wanted proof that it's just like a real dash A, when you need to notch back up, it takes forever. Find Sand Patch westbound track 1, 2108-1. Oh wait, no, it's 2108, excuse me, dash 2. There we go. See, we got signals still. Okay, so we've recovered. Just not in a way that I exactly wanted. Okay. Well, we got that sorted. Houston, I can't stand to see Dovetail never fixed it. Went out of cab to come back in a cab, window weather disappears. I'm starting to think that's an Unreal 4 problem. 6 really see, build scenarios should build up on horseshoe curve, but helpers running single loaded up and down the grade more realistic. I build scenarios using the unofficial editor made by Muff and Will of the community. It's limited, but I make scenarios, yes. It's something I've been wanting to do. Put helpers running single and loaded. What, like single DPUs? I mean, I can make helpers, sir. Some of my scenarios are meant to be more unique. If you look on my channel from like a couple weeks ago, I made one called The Pilot, which is a New York and Atlantic service. Granted, I had used NSG38-2, so we don't have an NYNA. And I'm not going to use the livery editor to make one. I don't have enough time in my life to do that. Just like old times, it's meant to be like a common sand patch scenario. Short Change Hero is going to be something I'm making for whatever the fuck it's called. Horseshoe Curve, where you rescue an Amtrak service using a Jeep running long-load forward. I could do more stuff with sand patch. I'm working on something called Better HSC, which is redoing all the freight consist, intermodal, and all that shit for Horseshoe Curve, so everything's varied like a real freight train. Really what needs to happen more on Horseshoe Curve is the intermodal needs to be redone, because Skyhook fucked up all the container weights. So the container weights went from being 25,000 to 27.5, which I don't know how you make something 1,000 times lighter. But intermodal trains that are 70 cars long that all are double stack should not be 2,700 tons. That should be like 6,500 tons or something. There we are into the patches of sand. Yeah, there goes our speed limit. Okay. I don't remember if there's another signal after the patches of sand. There is, and I gotta remember what it is. It is gonna be, don't get me started on Skyhook, mess up on Horseshoe Curve. I'd argue that single meaning no load, just units running up and down grade hook up to loads. I mean, I could make that a singular scenario, but to make service mode, here's the thing, I can make scenarios, I cannot make a regular service mode timetable, because we do not have the timing data system that Dovetail has that lets them simulate a timetable in real time prior to like compiling it to make sure all the trains are in the right positions at the right time. That's why I make scenarios, because I don't have to worry about timing data. I don't have to worry about having that compiler system. I can just tell trains when to start and where to be, and then it's all just based on, you know, wherever shit is. So making scenarios I can do, just not regular, which technically scenarios have their own timetables, but they don't require that weird timing data shit. So I can do those. I can make it so there's a horseshoe run where you have to come to the bottom and someone could make NS repaints of, like, I don't know, the Skyhook, like SD4-2s or something from Cane Creek, and make it be like, oh, here's SD40Es. Skyhook did a great job with Horseshoe Curve, honestly. There's some inaccuracies and shit, but like the Gevo feels decent, the Jeep 38-2 feels fine, as far as I know. The route looks great, honestly, for what it is. Train symbols are accurate. It has one of my fucking local trains as a symbol, 22K. I was dead. There's a stream highlight I haven't put up yet of me fangirling over finding that. Okay, so the next signal we need to find is going to be, we passed Manila, we need Sandpatch Crossroad, Glade City, westbound track 2, 2135-2 is what we need. And we'll go double check that right now. So let's go look and see if Glade City turns on when I do this. There we go. And we need one more signal, we need Salisbury westbound track 2, 2162-2. There we go. Now we can work on shoving back in there. So I thought we were going to fuck the scenario, but we've actually kind of found a way to recover, which is great. The Galatz and Perk tunnels, aka Tunnel Hills, all around. Yeah, I've heard Galatz has a lot of fucked up shit, but a lot of the other places have good stuff. Like, I know the turntable at Juniata doesn't even work, and it's fucked up and it's ugly. And, like, the actual turntable area at Juniata, that's completely fucked. But a lot of the rest of the stuff seems to all be pretty good, as far as I can tell. Horseshoe Curve itself looks great. For those, I don't know if it, he hasn't released it yet. If he does, keep an eye out on the Trainz community.com like mods directory at some point. I don't think it ever came out, but there's always a chance it might. Wait, why is it showing that aspect? Why is it showing white over? Why is it showing that aspect? Wait. Why is it showing that aspect? Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. Something's not right. Oh shit, because it thinks we're off path, the dispatcher's not using us anymore. Bell. Emergency. Fuck. Okay, we can still recover. Off this junction. Actually, can I kind of manually control the switch? I had a console command for that. There we go. I gotta back up a bit more so I can get over this fucking switch machine. is. That big ass command. There we go. Mmap. Click that. There we go. Overriding the manual control. Shit. There we go. Now we can go. There's K145 getting the fuck out of our way. Are all the other AI fucking off like they're supposed to? You're supposed to leave soon, I think. Oh, I'm praying he will. There goes the signal. Love the C32-8 more than the Dash 9. The C32-8 from CSX, the stealth one. Turntable you wouldn't see him as an engineer because only shop crews. Yeah, I know. Should have braked. Yeah, it is what it is. Let's get setup turned on. Gameplay testing. What time did I set that one asshole to leave? Scenarios. The Black Diamonds. Timetable. Q016. Q016 portal. When is he supposed to start? I'm gonna look at this really quick. Go to component number 2 main, ribbon reference, go via virtual destinations, overlap, explicit, none, arrival time, simulation time, completed time, arrival, completion, simulated time. Okay, hold on. I need a tick calculator. That's the one that I was using the other day. Is it map making? No. It's the other one. Twingo? No. Hypixel? What the fuck? History. Type in the word tick. A tick calculator. Time to ticks calculator. There we go. Ticks the date and time. That one happens at 11:45, which is fucking weird. It's 9:32. Hold on, QO16 end. Whoa. So hold on, we got this. That's at 7:48. Okay, so that's when he fucking started. Cool. Why is it acting like he's supposed to leave at 11:45? What the fuck? So I need to have his ass leave by like 9:30 is what needs to happen. I'm calculating he's going to take way longer. That's why. That motherfucker needs to move a while ago. Okay. So there's going to be an AI that we might even have to just delete. I don't know why I set him to be like that. No other AI for a while, is there? No. So he just won't leave. Oh no, is he leaving? No, another train's coming in. This guy just needs to fuck off, basically. He's not blocking anyone, is he? Yeah, he is. What train are you? Alright, basically once we get to Shaman, we're gonna work on deleting a certain train, because that fucker needs to, like, stop doing shit, like, right now. says this is a test stream. So if I find out shit that's broken, you know. This is why I want people to help me beta test. But no one wants to do that, so. If I don't test shit, then this stuff doesn't get released. That's the thing people need to realize. Signature test shit's created by crews. Why? Fucking cool. Where the fuck's our shit that we need to go to? There's Salisbury Junction. Proceed as signals indicate. So, wait a sec. So did I fix it? I think so. I think I made it so that he's on a path now. I think I fixed it. Okay, cool. Which means that when we get to the next objective, this shit should all be working. So in real life, U876 and U877 have a shove platform that they pick up at Salisbury. We don't have that particular mouse. If you are really sharp, you'll have seen it on screen just real quick. Basically, I put the closest thing we have in game. I know it's not accurate. Pretend that it is the real thing. It's the closest you're gonna get from me. I'm not doing Dovetail thing. I'm putting a G30-2 there. One AI train has abandonment issues. He really doesn't want to leave Cumberland. That's like his favorite spot. The rest of it, I think it's two flying fucks though, so we'll have to teleport down there in a minute to meet the fucker. Dynamics. Just ready to stop. Oh, don't do this shit to me. Okay, what do we need? Salisbury Junction, eastbound, track 1.
need -2. It is technically clear. I might have to do this again. Hold on. Okay, so we have to save. It's supposed to fucking tab me. This could be the one part where we have to turn this bad shit back off. Or we will fucking fail. That's your shelf platform. I feel like the rest of the AI might have stopped because... No, it can't be that. Because it wasn't a SPAD, so... Okay, getting that asshole to fucking move is going to be a big pain in the butt. Go. Go. Working on our shove. Oh, I did give him a proper signal. Okay. So that passenger service can go. Yeah, I need to get rid of him. Alright, once we get to show mine, we have to do the loading objective. We'll stop for a split second, teleport down there, and delete that motherfucker.
there's an AI. Who I won't fucking meet. There's another one after him. 2 AI that I won't fucking be meeting. I gotta work on timings. So, is it the passenger service? Is that one service do what he's supposed to do? Looks like it. This guy wants to leave. Can he do it? Yes, he can. Okay, so the AI isn't really going to fuck things up for hours. Suppose by the time the other AI trains go to hit him, he'll leave. Shanghai's a long fucking ways away. I mean, we're right here, and that's around this curve. We gotta go back here so we can pull up onto the loader. The other train was there. Is he on his way up? Yes, he is. We'll probably meet with him. That guy's leaving. Good. This is that one intermodal train. He wants to leave at 11:45, which we know he can't have to do. Tell people getting tired. I don't know if we'll be able, we're gonna try and do the whole run. I just need to make sure that one AI gets the flying fuck out of the way. So I'll have to watch this stream back and kind of just test where things are so that the player meets at different points. See, that's the main reason why I didn't have problems spatting in that one spot before, is because it was me not streaming. So that motherfucker's coming screaming down now, and I still will get to see him. Your ass is already screaming. There's 2 AI right on each other's tails. I need to get them to fuck off. He is there. Did you leave either? Nah, he probably isn't gonna fuck off either. like right on each other's tails. What the fuck? I don't remember what the fuck this guy is. Or this guy. Actually, kind of what he is. Usually when the audio cuts out like that, it means this game's gonna crash, so that was kind of weird. Okay, now the blizzard's picking back up again. The off-path notification pisses me off. I'll probably have to wait until tomorrow. I have another 4 hours over the course of the day of like doing it for an hour, pausing it for a couple hours to do stuff. Do it for another hour, doing that a bunch of times so I can finally get the timing down. It's one of the reasons why I need people to help test this shit. There's people in the Trainz community Discord server that want to test American stuff and have all the DLC necessary. You have 3 hours to test stuff. Please, I need the help. Okay, there's the marker right there. Are these motherfuckers? Is AI screaming up yet? One got stuck at Yoder for some fucking reason. Why? Hang on. Why is he stuck? What's the Yoder sighting? Yoder eastbound track to 2183-2. There he fucking goes. Oh wait, dump. Oh, this is gonna take a long fucking time. For PCS reset. The fuck is wrong with you? Blocks him? What the fuck? That's really weird, actually. I should have had him do dispatch beyond stop. Just gonna have to wait. I'm gonna go do something for 2-3 minutes, and then maybe we'll have enough time to get this fixed. Also, to whoever just gave me a subscribe, I think it was Duck Surprise, thank you for subscribing. I'm at 999 subscribers, one away from hitting my fucking milestone that's taken me like 16 years. 15, actually. Yeah, we're gonna be stuck waiting for a minute. I also have no idea where the fuck that AI is. Actually, I guess the AI will be at a unique meet because he won't fucking go anywhere now. The rest of this AI needs to fuck off. You won't leave. You won't fucking leave. I feel like it's been over a minute now.
That's why. Don't know the idea how to get that off. Right, now I gotta do this shit. Very slow loading. Still too fast.
Quarter of the way done. Quarter of the way done. Still all this shit to load. Those AI will fuck off yet. There goes another upcoming one that still can't do shit because these two dumb fucks down here won't fucking do what they're supposed to do.
service. Specifically told him to get the fuck out of here. And the other AI won't fucking leave either. So I can't even teleport back to my train now. I don't know why this fucker is so ruined. I think we're just gonna cut it here. I have a lot of reworking to do. I appreciate the support, guys, but I don't know anymore. Just give me a sec. So, without further ado, guys, sorry. That's all it's gonna be for tonight. So, signing off. This has been Trixie or Yuri. See you in the next stream, whenever the hell it is. Hopefully things will be better.